This is the weekly report for the fourth week of March 2009. I'm Mike Stone, Public Information Officer. This week, State Meteorologist Ben Nelson talks about the ongoing drought and wildfire threat across the peninsula, as well as a potential for severe weather and flooding in the Panhandle this weekend.
We have a very active weather pattern shaping up for the state through the latter half of this week and into the weekend. Right now we have a storm system developing across the southern plain states and now into the southeastern United States. And ahead of that storm system, winds have picked up, particularly in the Florida Peninsula, where we also have rising temperatures, high dispersion, and then of course in the afternoon hours very low humidity values. So we're going to have a breezy southeast wind, and these areas indicated in the red, that's where we're expecting relative humidity values to plunge below 35% for more than 4 hours this afternoon. So you combine that, those very dry conditions with the expanding drought that's in place in the peninsula, and afternoon temperatures now reaching the 80s. We have very dangerous fire weather, particularly west central and south Florida this afternoon. And those breezy conditions as well are going to continue our risk for rip currents along the southeast Florida coast, and those winds are also onshore throughout the Panhandle coast, so a high risk of rip currents is expected even over in the Florida Panhandle.
We've also got the potential for severe weather and flooding in through the Panhandle going in toward the weekend.
That's correct, Mike. We have a frontal boundary that has stalled across the southeastern United States today, and what's going to happen with that stalled front, we're going to have several disturbances rotate from the south towards the northeast through the Tennessee Valley, and that's going to really pick up a lot of moisture off the Gulf of Mexico, particularly in the western Panhandle, and with some stronger winds aloft. We do have a slight risk for severe weather beginning late tonight, but especially during the day on Thursday for areas to the west of the Apalachicola River. Along with that, again, this is going to be a prolonged heavy rain and potential severe weather threat. The rainfall forecast for the next 5 days, and this will primarily be between Thursday and Saturday, we could have upwards of 6 inches of rain in the western Florida Panhandle. So those areas of the state have been saturated when compared to the drought conditions that are going on in the peninsula. So we really have a tale of two states here with some flooding concerns. Again, look at these totals in excess of 6 inches, potentially even local amounts as high as 8 or 9 inches out in the western Panhandle. And we'll also have, again, a severe weather threat. This front is not going to clear through North Florida until late Saturday. So again, we could have a squall line as that front moves through, moving into the weekend, Friday night in the Panhandle, and then throughout the day on Saturday in North Florida.
So to break it down statewide, all Floridians need to be vigilant, whether for fire safety or the potential of severe weather.
That's correct. Really, all parts of the state need to be vigilant in some form later this week. As we move towards the weekend, be fire-wise in the peninsula. Those gusty winds and low humidity values are going to create conditions that could promote the spread of wildfires. And then, particularly from Apalachicola River westbound in the Panhandle, heavy rains. If you encounter a flooded intersection, remember, turn around, don't drown. It only takes 1 to 2 feet of water flowing across the roadway to knock an SUV off the road, and it only takes about a half a foot of water to knock you off your feet if you're attempting to walk or run through floodwaters.